Alexandra has done an amazing job establishing herself as a thought leader in her space. Today we're going to hear a valuable clip from our recent conversation. If you're creating YouTube content, you need TubeBuddy. There's a link in the description. Go download TubeBuddy and start optimizing your YouTube presence.
Oh my gosh, thank you for asking me so many questions that nobody's ever asked me. That's what I love, because I do podcasts all the time. And like pretty much every question you ask me, no one's ever asked me. So that was really refreshing for me. I mean, that totally energized me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I heard you make a comment earlier in the conversation saying that, and I was like, oh, that feels good. It's a good compliment, because I know you've been on a lot of podcasts and you're like, I'm hitting some new questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that does, go into what I was going to ask at the end is like, you've been to my meetup now, and then now you've been a guest on my podcast. I'm just curious if you have any feedback for me, because I'm on my own journey. So whether it's positive or constructive, just, I like to get that while we're recording so I can be held accountable.
Like A+ on doing the podcast. Like, your questions are so good. I think with a lot of podcasts I've done, the podcasters send the questions in advance, which is really helpful, because sometimes you can't, like you had, let me know just right ahead of time about, like, I was going to need to like give an example of something, and like I had to think. But I know, like, there's a really good podcaster named Dob Barron. And if you go on my website under About and look at our podcast page and listen to me on his Leadership and Loyalty podcast and listen to his questions, I listened to tons of his podcasts before I was on his podcast, so I was prepared for what he might ask me. And you can tell by my answers how ready I was. And I feel like I didn't waste any time, or nothing was really like, when he said, what's your guilty pleasure? I think he asked me that question. Whatever he asked, I wasn't caught off guard, because I don't like being caught off guard. Although everything you asked me, I could. So that's helpful to a lot of people. And that's it. And then for your meetup, no, that was good. I think knowing a little bit more about like what the audience needs are in advance would be helpful.
Now, if you want to grow your voice and your influence, watching videos like this is a great way to do that. But an even better way to do that is to join our community. We have weekly virtual events where we bring in guest speakers, we do networking with influencers and aspiring influencers so we can help lift each other up. Now, if that's a community you want to be part of, then go to our website, whyinfluence.com, go to the community tab and join the community there. I look forward to seeing you there.